Hello YouTubers, Big Philly here with Poor Boys RC. Today I want to do a quick unboxing of the not so new but new to me Kyosho Outlaw Rampage. And in this case I went ahead and got the ready set version, which is fully assembled chassis with printed body, complete with radio system installed, 2.4 gig. Battery, charger, G15 motor, which I would assume is a 15 turn. Yeah, pretty value packed little setup. Got this for about $300 Canadian shipped, which is, I thought was pretty awesome. So a lot of cool features. Looks like it's got a nice little radio, a waterproof ESC, looks a lot like a Hobby Wing. You know, it's got an iCAD battery or nickel metal or an iCAD, which I won't be running. I'll run lipos. We've got plastic oil-filled shocks. Really cool chassis. Something a little different than what I'm used to running. So looking forward to running this one. We've got 3-piece beadlock plastic wheels. Cool battery compartment tray, which I really dig, although it's really sort of catering to the 7.2 volt NiCad stick packs. But most of my lipos have sort of vertical mount for their batteries, so that should be good. Really cool rear trailing axle, solid axle with motor on axle. Super awesome setup. I love this. And yeah, a couple different sort of suspension setups. And I don't really know what the pros and cons are of either, but I think this one might be a little more, you know, provide a little more sort of articulation in the rear, whereas this is more sort of pre-runner style, is what I think. I don't know. But that's what the chassis looks like. Let's open up the box and see what we got. All right, so with the box open, first thing we see is the beautiful white pre-painted body. Decals are pre-applied. Smells like it just came out of a plastics factory. You know, nice body. Actually looks a little bit bigger than I was expecting it to look. You know, here it is relative to my Hilux. Quite a bit bigger than the Hilux body. So actually a pretty big looking 1/10 scale body. Looks nice. Good job, Kyosho. And this is how the chassis appears, or it's how it's shipped anyway. Nice bubble wrap. Can't not do that. So here she is. So there it is. It's yeah, definitely pre-assembled. Definitely pretty greasy on the back end. It looks like the shocks may have been leaking right from factory. Not too sure. Everything's pretty oily back here, so yeah, a lot of oil coming out of the solid gearbox there. So you know, it's probably been sitting on a shelf for a while, but anyway, I'll tidy that up after. But start at the front, we've got independent front suspension, super long travel shocks, which looks like really nice. Totally non-adjustable upper control arms, so you've got a fixed camber, but that's all good. Tires are, I don't know if they're on bearings or not. I'm pretty sure I read that they are on bearings. I haven't taken them apart yet though, obviously. 3-piece beadlock wheel. These tires are super hard rubber, and the foams inside are also really hard. I watched a couple of reviews, and looks like the tires are probably a good upgrade on this rig. And from what I can tell already, I'm gonna probably want to go to a softer compound. But anyway, nice looking tire, that's for sure, and really hard foam inside. A lot of travel in the front. Look at that too. It's, you know, it's actually quite high in the front. That's pretty cool. Nice big bumper in the front. Moving on to the electronics. So this comes with the ESC pre-mounted, and we've got reverse, on, off, battery, lipo, or nickel metal hydrate. So it's good for lipo, which is great right out of the box. And you know, it's branded Orion waterproof. This looks a whole heck of a lot just like my Hobbywing 1060s, which I run in most of my rigs, which has been a very dependable ESC for me. Cool little feature right here where the Dean's plug, which I run Dean's in all my rigs, is sort of mounted in the chassis. It's pretty cool. Here, get the camera in there. So the Dean's plug is mounted right in the chassis. So that's pretty cool. No more having to fish around for your plugs. It's all right there. Moving to the rear axle. I love this trailing axle setup. This is so cool. This suspension is super plush. Look at that. Tons of travel. Really cool rear suspension setup. I've actually been thinking of doing something similar to my Midnight Pumpkin, but that's for another time. So 4-linked rear, tons of articulation. Not that we're going to be doing lots of articulating with this. It's not a crawler. This is a trophy truck style. This will be more of a basher for me. I just love the style of these chassis. I think these trucks look so cool. Again, the shocks look like they're leaking, but you know, it's an RTR kit, which to me means ready to rebuild. So I'll get this apart and check out those O-rings, make sure they're all good. We've got, what, upper 4-links. These are actually quite beefy. This is a thick aluminum upper 4-link setup, which is pretty cool. Like, I think they're similar on my 8-scale buggies that I race with. Nice solid rear axle. Super cool. You can see all the oil in these tires, eh? Look at that. Super shiny and oily. So definitely wanted to get these shocks apart. Even as you squeeze them, you can hear that there's air inside. So, you know, it's an RTR. It is what it is. I'll take it apart and check out those shocks and make sure everything's good inside there. But yeah, overall, super cool looking rig. Look at that stance. Looks super great. The suspension is beautifully plush. For a rock hard tire, that's a super nice plush suspension. Right, pretty good looking rig with the body on here. Looking pretty nice, I think. Really cool detail here. You can add lights by the looks of it. We've got a nice plastic grill. It's bolted onto this Lexan body. And a little light bucket from what? Look at that. You can put nice LEDs in. So there it is. It comes almost, with a droop type setup right from factory. There's a lot of adjustment in the suspension and in the body post for ride heights. But, it looks really nice the way it sits and the way that the rear tires tuck right into the body. Really cool. Really nice. So that's the truck. Here we have the radio, and I'm actually a pretty beefy radio. This thing's pretty big. It's actually really pretty big. Nice radio, fits in the hands. Got a third channel right here. So although it's a 2-channel rig, you have an optional 3rd channel for with your thumb control here. So I noticed on the receiver, it's a 3-channel receiver as well. So that would come in handy with some lights, or if you had any kind of add-on you wanted to put on it. Look at all these neat options: throttle trim, steering trim, throttle endpoint adjustment, steering dual rate, reverse, throttle and steering reverse, power on off. It's actually a pretty nice radio. And this whole thing cost me $300 Canadian, so with shipping. So that's actually a pretty decent radio. Back in the day, in the 80s, you'd pay $300 for a radio like this. So, to have that included, pretty cool. So nice little radio. What else is in the box? Okay, so let's see what's in here. We have some plug adapters for around the world. What country has that kind of plug? I want to visit that country. That is badass. No ground, super big, positive, negative. I want to go where this is made. Where's this made? China? Korea? Anyway, I want to go here. The last thing I found here in the box, and I'll cut it open here with you guys, is, looks like we have a few things. So first, we have a spare antenna and a bind plug for the receiver. Nice to have. We have some body posts, taller body posts, and I don't, oh, I guess I go this way. I don't fully know why we have these. I'll do some research and find out why, but some more body posts. Short links. I read on Kyosho's website when I was doing my research on buying this truck that it came with a short link kit. I guess maybe there's a short wheelbase body that might be coming out. I don't know. But anyway, that's a shorter link kit. I think it's short. Yep. Shorter link kit. We got pistons for our shocks. 4 holes all the way around. Yes, all our 4-hole pistons. So I haven't taken a shock apart yet to know what's in there, but here we have a 4-hole piston. And then the obligatory old school RC car T-wrench. This thing is monstrous though. And a couple body clips, Allen wrenches, etc. So, you know, pretty well equipped little kit. I am very impressed with everything that came with this. For $300, it's bananas. 300, and that's Canadian dollars. That's about 35 cents US. And you know, that's a good, heck of a good value. So, you know, if anyone's got a small kid or something, wants to get an RC, or if you're a 40-year-old man like I am and want to relive some of your glory days, go ahead and buy an Outlaw Rampage at $300, ready to rock. And again, I will have a running video